Welcome to the City Show COVID-19 update. I'm Pat O'Melia. Rush to the desk. We have a leak in the studio here in the bathroom area. As always, let me start off. This is a virus. It is a very bad one. It's a very aggressive one, but it's not the bubonic plague. We'll survive this. All the cases, 96% of all cases are mild. So even if you get it, you're going to make it through. Take your temperature. It's mine today with 97.7. Good sign that you're healthy. Father Murphy, our governor, is talking with the shore communities today, as we speak for that matter, about the reopening. You have some that are going rogue. Belmar and Lavalette, they're going to open the beaches this weekend. You'll be allowed to go on the boardwalk, but they're taking the benches off. The idea here is you can walk on the beach. You can't sit on the beach. You can surf, but you can't swim. You can play Frisbee, but you got to make sure you're 6 feet away from each other, which the whole idea of Frisbee. If you recall back in March when we started to close down and municipalities, imposing their own little rules and regulations there, I called for a patchwork. I called for the governor to step in so we didn't have the patchwork of various rules and regulations from each municipality. He's going to have to step in again because people are getting antsy. Municipalities need their money. So he's talking about how he's going to open up businesses. Some of it is scary, what you're hearing. 50% of the CO, if you open a bar or restaurant and you can only get 50% capacity, you may as well stay closed because you're going to lose money. You're still your insurance, your electric, all that's the same, just so you have less people. Some municipalities are going to close streets to help the restaurants so they can have more people eat outdoors instead of being indoors. There may be something to that. We're going to get into some statistics out of New York State. You may have read it in the New York Post today, a survey they did, which kind of echoes what I've been saying for the last few weeks. In other words, get out. Don't stay indoors. Get out. It's a nice day today. Get out. Keep the social distancing, wear the mask, the gloves, and all that. If the state doesn't get some serious funding from the Fed, you're going to see some serious layoffs. Statewide, county, municipal. But there is kind of a silver lining in this. They're talking about furloughing employees for about 3 days a week. They work 2 days, be laid off for 3. They're eligible for unemployment, and the feds are backing up the unemployment right now. So they would get their 2 days' pay. I think unemployment is something like 60 or 70% of your regular pay, plus $600 a week on top of that. So it's probably not a bad idea. Senator Sweeney, the Senate president, is running that legislation through the Senate. He's sure he'll get that passed and see what the Assembly does. No word if Murphy will sign it. But if you're going to furlough these people, you may as well do it with some kind of a plan to it. And if the feds are going to pick up a lot of the money, it's as if you're leaving money on the table. The municipalities, the state, and the county, they are hurting, so it could be a plan. Jersey City, in an effort to help small businesses, they are looking to put a cap on the fees food delivery services charge, your DoorDash, your Grubhub, your Uber Eats. And they get approximately 30% of the food bill. In other words, if you got a $20 Taco Bell order, they're getting $6 out of that. It does seem a lot until you think about it. These restaurants are taking advantage of the marketing apparatus that is DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, their personnel, their car, their insurance. So maybe that's not too bad as you compare it to having your own personnel doing this and the liabilities. Why I'm bringing this up, I think Jersey City is taking a huge overreach in authority to dictate to national companies how they're going to charge. Nobody's forcing these businesses in Jersey City to utilize DoorDash or Grubhub. I'm sure they would all appreciate a lesser commission, but they signed up, and a lot of these restaurants, if you read the stories from the Jersey Journal, They wouldn't even know. Customers wouldn't know about these restaurants if it wasn't for DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats, etc., their marketing. So there's a benefit here. But there's overreaches all over in the state. Father Murphy, the King Murphy, executive order after executive order, Bill of Rights, Constitution, that's all taken. People are getting locked up for protesting. That's the whole background of the United States. You have the right to protest. You have the right to assemble. You have the right to go to church. There are going to be a lot of lawsuits coming out of COVID-19. There are some now from priests and rabbis suing them, the state and Governor Murphy, over these executive orders. The right to assemble, the right to worship, all guaranteed in the Constitution. New York State did a survey of 1,269 patients across 113 hospitals. Some really eye-opening statistics out of here. 61% of all the COVID-19 patients were people who were sheltering at home. Not outside, at home. That's what I was saying for the weeks. Get out. Be outside. If you're locked in an apartment or a house or whatever, wherever you are, somebody goes to the ShopRite, somebody goes to the pharmacy, somebody goes to Target, somebody goes somewhere, and they get COVID and they come into the house, there is no movement of air like there is outdoors, where you got the wind, you got the atmosphere, you got the environment out there. It'll disperse the COVID-19. Indoors, it's going to linger there. So you need one person to affect the whole family. And here's the case, 61%. 46% of the people in New York State who are hospitalized with COVID-19 are unemployed. 37% were retired. In other words, they're not going to work, they're not traveling. So again, they're getting it at home. Only 4% listed mass transit as a possibility of how they contracted COVID-19. And I was the one who was saying, the path and the trains and the buses are COVID-19 tubes. Looks like I was wrong on this. Of all these people, only 17% were employed. Now, again, we closed down almost 2 months ago, and these are people who are still getting affected. 17% were employed. Overwhelmingly, most of these people were unemployed. 96% of the respondents in this survey had underlying medical issues. And this was a 3-day survey. 1,269 patients through 113 hospitals. Those are interesting numbers. For that matter, I was tweeting that out to various elected officials and mayors yesterday, and to a hospital. Let's put some numbers up, Mikey. I think you shut the heater off. Mikey, in the United States, we have 1,263,705 COVID-19. I guess you follow those New York State numbers, you can almost figure out who has it. Elderly, it's really popping up now. From 60 years and over, 75 and over. I know in Jersey City, each one of those demographics represent about 36%, 60 to 70 and 75 over. So you're looking at almost 70% in Jersey City. So it's probably the same nationally. They have the COVID-19. Deaths nationally, we have 74,817. We had a recovery of 213,109. That is 12,098 recoveries since yesterday. Very positive number. The map, please, Mike. The big hotspot up the Northeast is us, and you can see the rest of the country. You got some small dots there. They're not as dark as we have it up here. Chicago is, of course, Massachusetts. Looks like a little bit in North California there. But you can see where you can start opening and where these states are opening. They have a limited amount of cases. Jersey City, I think, had more cases than 24 of the states. New York State. New York State has suffered 333,491 cases of COVID. They have lost 25,956 residents. New York City alone is more than half of that. They have 183,770 cases of COVID. They have lost 18,993 New York City resident. And we don't have all the numbers here, but I'm going to guarantee you those numbers follow what we have in Jersey City, that around 70% of all those fatalities are people from 60 and up. Let's look at the New York State map. As people are getting antsy, they want to go back to work, they want to get out. As you can see, New York State, outside of the southern end, they can open up the state here. The big circle and the hot spots, that's New York City, Long Island, etc. You can open up the rest of the state. And the more the states open, the more money in the pool to help the states that have been devastated by this. In this case, New York City could be a state itself here. That's New York City and New Jersey. And California falls into that. And Louisiana, I think, is falling into that. Let's go to the state of New Jersey. State of New Jersey has 133,059 cases of COVID. As of today, we have suffered 8,572 deaths. A good 60% of those are from nursing homes. Again, that age group, 60, 75 and over, that's about 70% of our fatalities in the state of New Jersey. Hudson County, well, let's go to the state map before we get to Hudson County. Let's see the state map. The real dark spots is Hudson County, Bergen County. As you get the lighter red, that is other parts of the state. You can see where we can start opening. Notice the barrier islands there. There are no spots there. That's your Jersey Shore. That's Lavallette, Ortley, Seaside Heights, Seaside Park. For that matter, Seaside Park is opening their beach this weekend. They're not opening the boardwalk. But to be honest with you, they didn't want the boardwalk there in the first place. They would have rather no boardwalk in Seaside Park. Hudson County, my home county, we have 16,197 cases of COVID-19. Ocean County, where we're broadcasting from today in the Ready to Roll studios, is 7,125 cases. Bergen County, who has led the state since the beginning, has 16,520 cases. Hudson County now is 323 cases away from overtaking Bergen County. We are 78 cases closer to being number one in the state, and that is a ranking we do not want to have. Now, we have positive signs. The numbers didn't come in from Jersey City and our hospital numbers percentage-wise, but they were all positive yesterday. The hospitals, I think Christ Hospital was at 70% of the patients were COVID. Med Center was 56% of the cases were COVID, so we're in good shape. There were ventilators available, 10 or 12 at Christ Hospital, like 20 some odd at the Med Center. We're in good shape. Yesterday, Jersey City had 5,723 COVID cases at a testing of almost 10,000 cases they tested. Mayor Fulop in Jersey City is testing everyone. Whether you have symptoms or not, you can get a test, and you can get the antibody test also, free of charge from the city of Jersey City. So things are turning positive. Here's the number here. The average age of the dead in Jersey City is 69 years. 65% of the dead in Jersey City are male. So if that age group, you're in that 65 and up group, be careful. Stay outdoors. Be outdoors. I'm not a medical professional, but I'm telling you, it's safer to be outdoors than it is being locked up indoors 24 hours a day. All right, well, hopefully, let's go over the other things. COVID-19 testing, if you're looking for it, go to your municipality's website, your county website, your state website, and see where the tests are being done. Remember, sore throat, cough, fever, difficulty breathing, loss of appetite, loss of taste and smell, and if you're a type A, be extra careful. You're very susceptible to this. Remember, 96% of these cases are mild. If you get it, you will be okay. For that matter, 25, 30% of the people don't even know they have it. Stay healthy. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Keep the distance, 6, 8 feet. Wear the mask, wear the glove. I'm Pat O'Melia. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Stay healthy. Good night.